Oh, yeah, what do we have there? Is that Persock? Or at least a soul we can talk to that's seen Persock. As you reach the edge of the bluff, you recognise the exact location you are from your vision of Persock. He was here not long ago. Sagani stands alert, the larger statue in one hand, while she scans the cliff. You close your eyes, feeling the ether for some trace of Persock's presence. The darkness behind your eyelids takes shape. Ah, I got a lore check there. You feel Persock running through the forest this time, hurtling and dashing around the rocks and trees. The scenery whizzes by too fast. You can't make out the details between the blurred greenery. Something looms at the trees ahead of you. Persock finally stops in front of an Ardor arch. Inspect the arch. You remember hearing about this place. Suppose it's a row of Ardor pillars nearby. Do you recognise a natural arch made of Ardra? They got something like that out in Glanfath, across the water from Twin Elms. Okay.
Then I'll follow. In these visions, I don't suppose you're getting a sense for who Persock is now.
Someone appreciates the scenery. Seems to be looking around a lot. Nice views. Nothing against these stuffy forests, but you haven't seen the southern lights over Nastatak.
At least we're getting closer. Seems like we've made more progress together than I've made in a year.
What's he like?
That depends on who you ask. I talked to everyone in Masuk before I left. I heard he was a strong leader, a dependable builder, a caring grandfather, a wise elder, a generous neighbor, a cunning negotiator.
Might as well be one of those impossibly perfect heroes from the Daenerys epics. People remember the things about him that mattered most to them.
The odd thing is, many in Masuk weren't much older than me when Persock passed. And yet everyone wanted to make sure he heard about something in particular. Our trade with the Amawa, our successful hunts, peace with neighboring villages.
He was obviously important to your people.
It just seems odd that so few of us remember him beyond the things he did for the village. Most of his family members, the ones who knew him, are in their twilight years now. And Persock was too busy to spend much time with his younger relatives.
Perhaps it's less about him and more about helping your village move on. It seems like the legacy he left his family would be more important. Yeah.
Perhaps you're right.
Let's go. Ardra Arch in the woods. I mentioned Dire Glanfarth. Right, so I mentioned Dire Glanfarth. I've seen the arch before. It says it's in the shores of Bell Lake, on the opposite side as Twin Elms. So that means it's over here somewhere in this lake. So I can't get there just yet until this has been drained so I can get over there. Because there's a lake there. Unless it means the one at Stormwall Gorge.
I'll take a look.
Yeah, we're clearing out this area first. Paladin, I got spotted. I think I took the hit. Everybody on there. You remember it took the whole party just to take one of these down? And then it took a couple of minutes and now it's just like slash. Is that even a challenge? Oh, we finished Forest Locker Beastery. Oh, in fact... Yeah, let's just turn you around in case something goes wrong. Oh, hello! Well, it's just a Drake, so... Front line, expose yourselves. Oh, it's not just a Drake. Pallegina, get the younger Drake. Use law, expose yourselves now. Zagani, join in the big Drake. Bless everyone. Grieving Mama, just you attack that and build up some focus. Endurance. Hit everybody. That Drake's almost dead. Holy fuck. Is that her charm spell? It better not be her charm spell. I am going to fucking annihilate her. I'm free. Go annihilate that Puigua. Sagani on that one, along with Itumak, Adea continue on the Drake. And I'll turn around and help out Pallegina a bit. Flame of Devotion! Viva Mama! Get on that one. Durance! Interdict everybody.
My mind feels sharp.
Get on me! Flame of Devotion yet again! Adair, are you alright in there with Pallegina? Pallegina, you've got a better one than me, so... Smack that bitch there with your flames of devotion. I got a fireball left. Just burn this bitch. Keep on it, Grieving Mama, and then we're going to help out them. You keep on that, Sagani. Durance, you keep on that too. Everybody here, just keep on that one. Everybody attack that Menipigua. I will head off the Windblight, or the... That's a young Drake. No. Head off the Menipigua. Head off the Menipigua. Pallegina, continue bouncing the shit out of that young Drake. Mama, get the Menipigua. Durance, Menipigua. Sakani on the young Drake with Pallegina. And Itumak. Itumak, knock the shit out of that Menipigua. Everybody else on the Menipigua. You have enough for a Mind Wave.
And what does the flame reveal?
Sure.
At least we're advancing Sagani's quest. I kinda like to have Sagani in for the extra Itumak. That means I can have 3 frontliners without having to worry about... Yeah, that's an exit point. As soon as that's uncovered, we're done everything in here we can do. Right, we've completed the cliffs. So Sagani is again stuck until we get to here, or is it Stormwall Gorge? It could be Stormwall Gorge in that fucking machine. So we'll go check the machine out. Like, it is possible it's that machine that we can't activate. That is what he's talking about. But he said next to the lake, opposite side from Town Elves. So I'm assuming it's on the bottom, not the top of the cliff. Nope. Right, we'll go to Deerford, and I'm going to go to the inn there and take out Sagani since she's no longer needed. Until we can get to her next location, there's no point in having Sagani there, is there? Overall though, I like having Sagani in. I can have 4 back rows with Sagani in it. Or 1 mid row and 3 back rows including Sagani. And I can have Itomak take up the mid row position with the other mid rower. And that means me and Edea will be at the front lines. And I can have the Devil take up the mid row position when I finally put her permanently in the party. I like having her in the party, so if you don't like her, fuck you. I like her. So Sagani, Devil, Alof, Endurance, and then Edda and me. That might be what I end up with, or I might replace Durance with Palladino. Or even Kana. I might just put Kana in instead of Durance. Was I talking to this person before?
Gods keep you.
Oh yeah, she was just talking about... Anyway, me... Drink! Just walking in, take a drink, then walk back out. It sounds like the arseholes at work and their fucking pub crawls. Walk into a fucking place, take 1 drink, then just walk back out and go somewhere else. That's what they're like.
Durance, do you take anything? Entire world just a setup for your idiotic punchlines.
No problem.
The world is the punchline, Birdwoman. In all its weakness. Would you kill the messenger?
If he were as annoying as you, I'd consider it.
Palladino. I hate Durance. Durance is not staying in the party. Yes, as soon as Durance's quest is over, he is getting fucked at this party. That's all I can tell you. And I'm going to take opportunity to talk to him when we get here, because I really want him at the party now. I'm going to put Kana back in, and as soon as he's out, as soon as he's gone, Kana's going back in, and it's just going to be like, fuck you. Or Palladino. Kana or Palladino's taking his place. Maybe in Hiervius. Hiervius might even just take his place, because it's like, fuck you. If Hiervius has any healing spells, he can take Durance's place. That's for fucking sure. Right, let's get to the inn, take a drink. And then, as soon as I drank all the inns, I'll look at Palladino's quest then. We'll go around town carousing, drinking all the inns, and then we'll be like, Palladino, it's time for you. I need to rest at some point as well. I'll do that after I drink all the things. But I know once I rest, part 2 like March will be in. Right, Durance.
If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skinning your knuckles.
Right. You got nothing more to say.
What? If doubts and curiosity...
Enough about Margaret.
I suspect the answers will seed more questions.
Tell me, Margaret. Enough about Margaret. Why is that not blanking
the
out?
answers will seed...
Something else about you. Where are you from? Yours is an odd name. No more than Watcher, and Durance is not a name, it's a title. What does your title mean?
Durance? We've shared the fire and a difficult road enough. Enough to know you're willing to suffer one and walk the other. Every god who has followers has a chapter solely for them, whether they know it or not. I know it. This chapter is not a thing of intent, but a flame that catches you. Everyone hears dogma and hymns and rituals in a different way. And whether they admit it or not, the fires that catch your senses all weave into a larger bonfire, which becomes your religion, your way of life, your road. Worshippers take what they want from the god, and then translate it. So it was with Durance. Was a man once, before he became the religion.
Was Durance a saint? Durance a saint? No, he worked for a living. An old soldier's joke, but it holds true for saints as well. No saint in his teachings. His disciples did much of the work like soldiers heading out to war. His teachings are impolitic now. It was composed of several trials and lessons woven together for the sake of faith. I'm not familiar with the teachings of Durance.
There is no scripture, no poetry or wordplay open to interpretation. Its disciples are often not welcome, so they walk the road. A physical devotion. Many a metaphor has killed a man, when it would have been best to show him the truth of it, as ugly as it may seem. Before Durance, I put my faith in a great many such words, and encouraged others to do the same. All were weaker for it, unworthy of the flame.
His devotions are from the days when Magrin would not simply open her legs for any young initiate. Instead, she would turn away these faithful and ask them to wander the land to prove themselves devout. Based on the trials and judgments, then access to the god is granted, but it was up to each initiate to find the fire within them, and that fire rarely burned when first they came to Magrin's door and sought acceptance. Begging is not what transforms one, but to say such now, the words are not welcome as they should. Why is that?
The reasons are so many you would age and die listening to them all. But the teachings of Durance also included casting established clergy out who might need reminders of such devotion as well.
And no priest seeks to be removed from his comforts, whether food, bed, or whore's warm mouth on his cock. Those are trials that few can bear to let go once the comforts have taken them. They see the trials of Durance as unnecessary for continuation of faith, inconvenient sometimes. They hold fast that there are other ways to spread Magrin's fire without leaving marks, as Durance taught. What do you mean, leaving marks?
As the disciples walked the road, the trials of Durance they suffered and dispensed were also ones of justice. All potential converts, even the faithful, were tested for weakness, and if their weakness broke them, so be it. If they survived, then they were transformed, made stronger as Magrin seeks of all. Before I followed the way of Durance, I did not test myself. I did not test others. Weakness and injustice thrived around me because I permitted it to be so.
Sagani is busy sharpening another bow and arrowhead, and it isn't even clear she's listening until she looks up and shakes her head. One thing I never understand about you northern folk, you live amidst plenty, in lands that aren't likely to kill you out overnight. Yet you have this funny notion that carving the shit out of each other somehow makes you worthy of it. Well done, Sagani, you tell that fucker. I'll never understand it, but then we can't afford to make target practice out of one another, Masuk. What would the clergy object to your dispensing justice? Why would the clergy object to you dispensing justice?
Justice was not seen as our duty. Justice was a thing of Woodica.
And the debates on that ran fierce and hot. If any god should hold the reins to the keeping of any other, as I said, an unpopular notion, might spread like fire, can't have that. Yet Durance reminded us that Woodica had once been burned by Margaret, and rightly so. If a god of justice might be burned to remind of her place, well then, Margaret's clergy can remind others in a similar fashion. So you would punish others?
Transform them. If they broke, so be it. The greater the ruination of their flesh and soul, the greater their hope of salvation. It was the struggle that would strengthen them. One can have enough of words until you hunger for giving the red gift to some prattling fool, whether they serve Margaret or not. God and faith can drive a man to do much others would find difficult. Durance himself admitted as much. He did not relish the task, but he did not shy away from it.
And you follow this teaching?
All life does, whether by Margaret or not. The Saints' War made it necessary, and as distasteful as it may have seemed, well, now, every mark of Aethys, every weak soul that exposed our throat to the enemy, they would answer for every soldier and Margaret disciple that had fallen.
See, this is why I don't like him. He's being an arsehole. He's taking revenge far too far.
I punished others, yes. Men, women, children, and I did not spare the staff or any other instrument I felt would learn them and strengthen them. A purge not just of Aethys, but of frailty. A burning of dry fields. A sacrifice at the whore's altar.
See, he's not realised that he's doing all this out of not allegiance to Margaret, but more of the fact he's failed and he's lost his God's voice. And so he thinks he can redeem himself by killing all the Aethasians, which is stupid. I would have cracked Durance over the skull with a table by now.
But who needs her words when one has her flame to show the way?
So this religious travelling chapter was put down. There were not many of us. I am the last, and while there was no words of poetry to mar Durance's teachings, there is little to keep it alive if the fire dies. But that in itself is a test. The Saints' War gave Durance a new boost of popularity for a time. A saint to match a saint, ruthlessness to match ruthlessness. The fiercest of us, well, we took the battle to Aethys and Reed-Ceres. It took strength to turn back their heresies, and I doubt many of Magran's highest could have done the same. Then the teachings dwindled, died, as most flames do, but they still leave marks. Right, where are you from?
Where I hail from? From one of Margaret's fires. A cathedral, ashfall, made of blackened trees. I studied the scriptures there. The fires carved into the land, the trunks of the burnt trees, and in the factories where the rifles and cartridges were shaped. All are chapels in other devotions.
Other devotions? For Margaret, any fire is enough to worship, physical or not. A blacksmith's anvil, a craftsman's bench, all arenas where fire's waiting to be born. It just needs a spark, like an alchemical fire, or a spark to cartridges to speed them into purpose. Their purpose? Well, their purpose then, it was many thens ago. Beard was a little brighter than now. But yes, cartridges, guns, all had a purpose, and that purpose was punching holes in mages and letting their pompous air hiss out. Woke their kind right up and kept them staring at the ceiling instead of in the dark instead of sleeping, that's for certain. A little violence as in accounting, an answer for unchecked power. Well, Margaret gave that an answer for that. Margaret put soldiers and mages on equal footing. Mages were troublesome in time. Firearms made every man a mage, and a caster's pretty arcane shield was little a match for them. It turned every commoner into a beast that could spit fire, leveled the field of battle, that's for certain. Made many a mage a grave. Tell me, Bashful. You're more curious about it than most of Margaret's faithful. What can you tell me? What else can you tell me about Ashfall? More than tell, it's one of the greatest fires of Margaret and the high seat. Some say the blackest, not of the evil, but of ash, all that remains after fire has fed. I called it a cathedral before, but that's not the full truth of it. It's more a battlefield. It lies at the heart of the war of black trees. Its timbers built from the burnt forest there, each timber blessed by fire, one of Margaret's greatest battles. Many of us helped shape the war effort there, with flames and firearms. What's the cathedral like? It's as if you swallowed a gadfly nest. Keep silent and keep them to yourself, lest you tire yourself before the next campfire. Right, okay, we are worn out Durance for this time. We'll have to remember to keep hounding him, because I know it has to wait. It's one of the more annoying quests, because you have to keep waiting for him, because he gets tired of you talking to him. And you have to talk to him to unlock the next dream conversation with him. And Gordy, we're never getting you that fucking dagger. So you can fuck off. In fact, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a secret something to do with that. Did I drink in there? Well, if anything goes wrong when I get to the final inn and I can't get the hat upgraded, I'll come back and drink at that one. Oh my god, Durance, I ain't gonna fucking murder him at some point. I may consider just going back to that Skinite Temple and saying, Skane, do you want to take Durance after his quest is over? Just to fucking deal with him. Because he's an asshole. That is the one character I would consider sacrificing to Skane. That is the one character out of all of them that I would even consider sacrificing to Skane. Right.
Yeah?
I'm gonna be fucking pissed by the time I ever get to fucking Palladino's quest. We walk into the door, hey you Ian, reading Tatum Company, this is my big pal Palladino, and we're gonna fucking come in and fuck you over. We need to go see the, what do you see, Palladino? We're going to see that person, so can you just, yeah.
No problem.
That's what we're going to be like when we finally get to fucking Palladino's quest, because we're just down in the fucking pints like there's no tomorrow. What do you say, Dougie? Yeah, I see you. You're just like sleeping on my legs, and my dog's just stretched out over my toes. He's like, Daddy. What's this? Hey, let's go get the faraway one done first. Have we brought Palladino here yet? Sagani's been. Grieving Mom hasn't, so these two are not been there yet. I wonder how old Grieving Mom is. Yeah, I'm considering just replacing fucking Durance with Canna. I really cannot be arsed with fucking Durance. Right. Drink. It's a drinking game. I can use this to inflict confusion on someone once per counter. Okay. Can I get a bed at the other inn without having to have company? That's a question. If not, I may have to go back to Brackenbury. I'm gonna have such a fucking hangover tomorrow morning when my character wakes up from all this. What is it to do still? 9 hours, 50 minutes. Okay, and one quest to get money half back. Right, drink.
Gods keep you.
Got it.
I think I'll better ask the
Hello.
innkeeper.
Hail and well met.
No. We'll go back to Brackenbury then. I don't have anybody with mechanics on me, do I? Oh dear. Well, if Sagani, yeah, Sagani's quest can't go on further anymore, so I can just replace her with Alof. When we get to the inn and... We'll get to the inn, replace Sagani with Alof, and then... yeah, we'll get to the inn, replace Sagani with Alof, he'll have mechanics, and then we'll carry on with Palagino being the frontliner with Alof, Durance, and Alof and Durance in the back row with Grievemore. And when we sleep, we'll get the dream for the White March Part 2. So I'll put Alof in the party before I do that. Oh.
Greetings.
Hey, fuck you. Alf's busy still, so I'll have to wait until I've slept. Intellect or perception and stealth? No, we'll get the intellect and will. That's going to put my will through the fucking... As you sleep, you're buoyed and buffeted by the vagaries of dreams. Tumble and thrash about you, fill your mind's eye with pale glittering motes. They resolve into a light snowfall and a biting northerly wind. You recognise the mountains of White March rising around you, and you shiver. You see Stalwart a few miles away, quiet and still, but for a few current streams of smoke rising from the chimneys. Durgan's battery is perched above it, its shadow stretching into this valley. Above it all, you hear a deep, slow rhythm. At first, it sounds like a distant drumming, but then it grows louder, cracking through the dry air and booming from the mountain peaks. It builds until you feel it reverberating beneath your feet. Watch and listen. Each thud comes louder and faster than the next. Thunder echoes from the mountain tops as great sheets of ice and snow tumble down the slopes, but the rhythm keeps building, shattering frozen lakes and like crystal saucers. Now new ravines split through the mountains as old chasms filled with snow and scree. A rockside buries Stalwart, and Durgan's battery is shaken to rubble. Shadows rise over the mountains. The vanguard of a massive army, you flee. You tumble from the foothills and bound across the Deerwood, failing the rumble of advancing the army all the while. Barricade yourself in Cadnua, seek the refuge in Defiance Bay. Cadnua. Cadnua rises from the forest, its mended walls reaching out to you like a pair of strong arms. You barricade yourself within the great hall as the pounding grows closer still. It rattles the foundations of the great keep, and just as the masonry begins to shake loose, you hear an unholy battle cry coming from the courtyard. The ceiling collapses and a cascade of bricks beams onto your head. You struggle to wakefulness, kicking at the bed and knocking around your legs. Oh God. As you shake free the last bonds of sleep, you hear a voice whisper something in a language you never heard, and you see an image of 100 shifting, staring eyes. You awaken feverishly warm and covered in sweat. Is that WoW giving me that then? Oh, the eyes.
Good day, stranger.
Right, now can I dismiss
Farewell.
Zagani, recruit Alof. I gotta get these two leveled up at some point. Right, party formation. That is a good formation. I'll go plant myself in front of the Valiant Trading Company so I know exactly what I'm doing next episode, because next episode is going to be the next record session. This is the last recording of
So
today.
those feathers, that's a blessing of Helia?
So they say.
Well, that's lucky. Where I'm from, we see a feathered lady, we start worrying maybe her dad got frisky with his hens.
I guess you can always trust a
Huh?
farm boy's head to go there first.
Let's see. I like Adair, and it's when he gets to
Got it.
Pillar 2. I've seen his speech against to a certain person in at a certain point in the story of Pillars 2, and it is funny as fuck listening to him just berate this person.
All these circling feet heading nowhere.
Oh, shut up, Durance. Right, so the Master Blow, Long Hunt, Dream of Memory, Child of Five Sons, Ambassador Augusti at the Valiant Embassy and First Fires. Right, so that's what we're doing next time. So see you then, and after that I am going to get on to the main quest a bit to see if I can get a sword either upgraded to be useful to me, or because as it currently is, well, the DI bypass is okay, the paralyzing hit is okay, but I want to get this upgraded to as high as it can go, so I can finally unequip it if I want to. But I'm not too worried about keeping it on, because I am doing not too bad in battle now. Because I got that endurance recovery ability from the fighter, I'm not having to worry about using this sort of shit. So I might as well put that away for us now, because I'm not using it. I may even keep on using two-handed weapons for my oh my god, I've got to sell some shit off. I may even keep using two-handed weapons for my character. I might just be a two-hander in the future. And Pallegina's got her firebrand weapon she can summon at any time. I've got to remember that. Pallegina, how do you summon your firebrand? Right, firebrand. Okay, Devil Karok. So it does burn damage, plus 45 damage. As burn. Yeah, so Devil Carrock is returned. So I should see his